This is the Expositor Devotional for June 18th, 2021. But woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites! For you shut up the kingdom of heaven against men. For you neither go in yourselves, neither suffer you them who are entering to go in. You serpents, you generation of vipers, how can you escape the damnation of hell? Matthew chapter 23, verses 13 and verse 33. The Jesus Christ of this chapter is not the Jesus of the modern pulpit or the fashionable way, for this Jesus denounced 8 woes upon the preachers of that day. In terrific language, he condemned them to the damnation of hell. The first 12 verses are addressed to the disciples and the multitude, the remainder to the scribes and the Pharisees, who, in effect, were the religious leaders of Israel of that day. The phrase, sit in Moses' seat, chapter 23, verse 2, means that they were the official custodians and teachers of the Bible, but actually they shut up the kingdom of heaven, took away the key, the Bible, for they withheld it from the laity, and they nullified it with their own traditions. Presently, the Bible is under attack as never before. It is not so much ridiculed as it is corrupted. Untold translations, so-called, are making their debut, which actually are no more than interpretations or paraphrases. As a result, many modern believers, if you could call them that, little know what the Word of God actually says. For those who pervert the Word of God, would appellatives such as serpents, hypocrites, and vipers be suitable? The outburst of verse 37 is extremely moving. God of Israel stands in his temple. He suddenly turns from these blind and impure hypocrites. The sinless anger that burns on his face and in the eyes melts into anguish and pity, as it may be assumed. Spreading out his arms, he looks down upon the city before and beneath him and cries out, O Jerusalem, Jerusalem, how often would I have gathered you? Then once more addressing the Pharisees, he says, Behold, your house is left unto you desolate. After which he goes out and departs from the temple. Men only saw a simple man leaving the temple, but the angel saw the God of glory, and the glory of God forsaking it. The glory of God dwelt in Solomon's temple, but in the second temple, as predicted by Haggai, the God of glory himself.